Hi, I'm Monique Gil-Rogers, and I'm going to be reading the Lorax. I'm from Hickory. I'm reading at the Hickory Bookshop. The Lorax by Dr. Seuss, a familiar book for everyone, I'm sure. But this is a book that is essentially about this character named the Onceler, who enters into this beautiful world that has these lovely truffula trees, and they're lovely and soft and delicate, and he decides to market them. And this book was banned because, in California particularly, because it was considered that it was highly critical of the lumbering industry. So these truffula trees get chopped down, and this character, the Lorax, is the spokesperson for these trees, and so his job is to come back and plead with the Onceler to please stop, because he's at each stage of these truffula trees getting chopped down. The Lorax points out the environmental effects that the absence of these trees is having bit by bit. So I'll read a few assorted passages. In no time at all, I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop. And with great skillful skill and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a thneed. A thneed is a garment that you make out of truffula trees. The instant I'd finished, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop out of a stump of the tree I had chopped. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. "Mister," he said with a sawdusty sneeze, "I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees, for the trees have no tongues, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs." He was very upset as he shouted and puffed, "What's that thing you've made out of my truffula tuft?" "Look, Lorax," I said, "there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I am doing no harm. I am being quite useful. This thing is a thneed. A thneed's a fine something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat. But it has other uses, yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers, or bicycle seats." The Lorax said, "Sir, you are crazy with greed. There is no one on earth who would buy that fool thneed." But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong. For just at that minute, a chap came along, and he thought that the thneed I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Lorax. "You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy." "I repeat," cried the Lorax, "I speak for the trees." "I'm busy," I told him. "Shut up, if you please." And so the Onceler continues on and chops down more trees. And then you come to the point where the Lorax is aggravating this Onceler often enough, and then he says, "And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, 'Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap yap and say bad, 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 bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you, I intend to go doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering, turning more truffula trees into thneeds, which everyone everyone needs. And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all.